Hello everyone, my name is Isabel and this is Taylor's Bulletin. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, students all over the world are adjusting to the new norm by having their classes online. Although it is much easier to access classes, there are still factors that may affect a student's learning capabilities. To know more about this, we have reporter Yuki checking in.
As most campuses remain closed worldwide, students are having difficulties to cope with classes. These tailorings includes Mingyi, Shipei, and Qinyi.
For me, the quality of learning, I would say it's not as good as physical classes because you can't really get real-time feedback from your lecturers or your tutors when you are doing an assignment.
I would say that I'm slowly getting used to online learning. Thanks to the advancement of technology, lectures are able to be conducted efficiently through platforms such as Zooms and Microsoft Teams. All in all, I think that the quality of learning for online learning is the best that it could be for the circumstances right now, but definitely not as efficient as face-to-face classes.
It is difficult for some to stay focused and motivated during online classes, and that is partly due to the laid-back environment at home. Technical issues such as poor internet connection may cause students to feel frustrated and lose interest in joining classes online.
As an architecture student who relies heavily on practical classes and exchange of ideas and feedback, I would pick face-to-face classes over online learning. Over the past year, there seems to be a barrier when it comes to interactive tutorials being held online. Students are reluctant to switch on their cameras and microphones, thus the response rate is low. I believe that being present in the classroom is important so that students can feel engaged and active in discussion sessions.
I would rather have alternate weeks for physical and online classes because I think online classes are a lot shorter and faster, so we can learn faster, and the next week we can just ask questions in the physical class.
With the pressure to finish assignment on time, some students develop irregular sleep patterns as well as mental health conditions. Stress and anxiety are the most common condition caused by isolation. Students tend to fear disappointment and may have unreasonable high expectation of themselves.
I had to put in a lot more work than usual because I have to email my lecturers and wait for the replies, which can be very time consuming.
If you or someone you know need help regarding mental support, Taylor Center for Counseling Services is always ready for you.
Thank you, Yuki. The Red Packet Project, a fundraising initiative by Taylor's University Student Council during Chinese New Year, has allocated a total of 5,060 ringgit. Our reporter Isaac Han interviewed with one of the project managers.
The COVID-19 pandemic has caused a sharp rise in unemployment and families are losing their only stream of income. The Red Packet Project serves to gather donations and blessings from the Taylor's community, external organizations and the public to help out those in need.
So the main purpose of the Red Packet Project is to give back to the community, and we wanted to target those who are financially struggling throughout this pandemic as well. These raised donations will be given as a blessing and e-ang pao to the selected organization. So the platform that we used was Sedunia, and then through the website, through our campaign page, they'll be able to donate to the campaign through online banking or credit card as well. Our main goal was to hit 2888 in these 2 weeks, and then the current amount that we have is 5,030 ringgit.
A total of 11 clubs and societies have registered as partnering clubs to promote the project. These clubs have completed different challenges upon reaching the donation goals, from writing Chinese calligraphy to drawing an ox. This year's zodiac sign on the face. These clubs were highly supportive towards the project.
So the organization that we chose is Kachara Soup Kitchen, and why we chose Kachara is because firstly we wanted to target the B40 community. The breakdown of where the money goes to is mainly like food, medical supply, and also daily needs.
Kachara Soup Kitchen is still operating during the pandemic to ensure the most vulnerable have access to food and essentials. A big shout out to Taylor's University Student Council for coming up with such a heartwarming project. Your small act of kindness can change someone's life for the better.
Thank you, Isaac. Taylor's College and University has various clubs and societies including sports and student bodies. Although physical meetings couldn't be held, these clubs have made impressive change in their activities in efforts to gather members online. We have reported Tariq to see how these clubs have adapted to the new norm.
Taylor's Clubs and Societies Exco and Board of Directors have been brainstorming ways on how to keep clubs running. We talked to some of them to see how they are progressing.
Our club was opened last year during the pandemic. It was quite challenging for us to gather members, but we tried our best to promote our club with public webinars.
Taylor's AKPK Club holds monthly financial sharing sessions virtually.
We have around 50 participants on average for our online events. I think that's quite a good number for us.
Other than that, clubs and societies have held e-welcoming parties to welcome every new intake and to reach out to students who are keen in joining their clubs. Therefore, students are given opportunities to interact with club committees in order to gain more information virtually.
The closest thing that I can think to an e-welcoming party that TCSE does is called an engagement day. This one is focusing on our bond with the freshmen. Our tactic so far has worked, especially for the January intake. We received around 700 applications.
Throughout this pandemic, these events have allowed clubs and societies to reach a wider audience.
I think because it's online, so students from other universities were able to join, which made our participants higher.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We wish everyone the best throughout this difficult time. Please stay home and stay safe. I am Isabel, and that's all the news we have from Taylor's Bulletin.